Hello, hello. Oh, baby! Thank you! And I beat Frank.
Oh my god!
Beat you, Frank.
Jesus, what the mic? Oh my
Is your phone off? I don't think mine
that
is.
shit.
Oh, my wife is definitely going to walk in on this, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just so there's no surprise here to the listeners.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. I am Tony, along with Mr.
Frank.
And Frank, what'd you think of our intro nowadays on YouTube that we're doing?
I think we should have like a little montage, some video images of something.
Yeah, we got to add something. It's the first time I've ever fucked with, one, this program, two, editing at all, other than like cutting something out or fixing the audio or something. So, yeah, it basically looked like a real bad Wayne's World impression for those of you 80s babies and 90s kids out there.
Yeah, which I was like, that's fucking perfect. Because I thought about it. I'm like, why isn't there a Wayne's World 3? And I'm like,
Oh, they've got to do it, man.
Yeah, because especially with Bill and Ted 3.
It would fit right into the equation.
I'm like, what would happen? Well, they'd have kids, and they would. It's a podcast.
Swing.
That's what it is.
Well, they'd have to address like everything. Like you could see them being able to address like the Me Too movement in like a real honest way, because Wayne is still a very respectful person. Mm-hmm. He's sexual, but he's respectful.
Yeah.
He's only gross with his wife or his girlfriends or whatever, his girlfriends.
Yeah.
But speaking of fucking Michael Myers.
Oh, I thought speaking of fucking.
Oh, fucking No, we're not getting into that this episode. No, we're getting into Halloween, baby.
Yeah.
It's not quite our Halloween episode yet, but we've got to celebrate the entire week, don't we? So let's fucking get it started. Mm-hmm. What are we going to talk about this episode, Frank? You are on fucking eggshells, worried that we're not going to have enough to fill time, but we've never had that problem before. Right. And when we did, we just fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I have a list of what was supposed to be horror movie recommendations, but the source I used, I fucking never agree with any of his recommendations. But
they were supposed to be your recommendations,
right? But I was like, I'm gonna work off of this,
yeah.
So I can, because looking back, I'm like, I needed the whole fucking month to fucking actually
give time to watch the movies individually. That's what I was telling you. How are you going to do a movie review in 1 week? How many? And you had a list of what, like 15, 20 movies that you wanted to get through? Yeah. Like, so how did you decide to divvy up these horror movies? Okay. And what's the methodology we're going to use to get through this?
Let's call this segment Frank Recommends Kinda.
Oh, good God. It's like every story from you, Frank. It's like, here's a story. Kinda.
Yeah, because if you frequent the movie theaters with me, you'll notice that
nobody can go to the movie theaters right now. But
well, they can. It's a nightmare. But anyways,
are they actually open?
Yeah.
Oh, but you have to sit like 4 seats away from each other.
2 seats away.
2? Well, that makes that's reasonable. That's not 6 feet though.
I know it's not.
They should just put partitions up in between each seat, but then you can't get head from your girlfriend.
Yeah, you can.
First time I got a blowjob was in a movie theater.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
nice.
15. Or she was 15, I was 16. Sounds about right.
But, yeah. Yeah, if you ask me what I thought about the movie, I always say it was okay. So these movies are movies that I liked.
Don't sound excited for this conversation or anything. Your like energy levels like dropping with every word that comes out.
Because I'm like, what happened?
Well, let's just spit it out and get what's the first genre? So what do you want to get through first?
I recategorized these per your request because I'm like, yeah, you have a point. So I usually do. I got body horror. For our lady listeners, I got romantic horror and
body horror.
Yeah, and I have some that I think would go well to see Halloween after trick or treating.
All right, and then you got one or two more, and we'll get to that. So the first one, what the hell did you call that?
Body horror.
What the fuck is body horror?
It's like what's his name? Cronenberg. You know, the fucking have you seen The Fly? You remember The Fly with fucking
Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah, that's body horror because it's his transformation, his body's ripping apart.
It's a creature feature.
And well,
creature features.
Kind of, because they body horror also includes mutilation, like Evil Dead, the new one that came out. That was body horror.
So it's all okay. So would Freaks, like the classic horror film Freaks, do you know which one I'm talking about?
It
was about
eight-legged freaks. But...
No. So there's a couple or somebody, they get lost and they drive into a junkyard or something to ask for direction. It ends up being a freak show. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they go because it is a freak show, whatever. And they go in and it's like a geek, not a geek show because that's a different kind of thing, but
a freak show.
But a freak show, yeah. So you got the super tall dude, the
lady with the beard,
the two-headed, the bearded lady, all that shit. And what was my point?
Freaks.
Yeah.
The movie. How it's body horror.
Yeah. So would that be body horror when
Sounds like
the horror is based on bodily damage and shit? So like Hostel.
Yes, like Hostel.
But wouldn't that just be like Gorefest or like what's it called? Mutilation porn or some shit like that.
Fucking yeah. Some of these interlap with each other. Like I got one that.
So what about Centipede? The Human Centipede?
Oh, I never saw
that. Is that body horror? But you know the idea.
I know the concept. That would be
for
body
those
horror.
of you who don't know what the Human Centipede is, I'm gonna give you a graphic description of the main body of it. Is that this person kidnaps a handful of people, like 3 or 4 people, and sews them ass to mouth. Mm-hmm. So the people in the middle can't, and all the way to the end, the second person and on is basically only eating shit the entire time. Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, for those of you in my yoga class who listen today, that I recommend you listen to my podcast. I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you that I didn't want to share, but a couple of you insisted that I share, so here you go. Hope this doesn't affect our relationship in class. So yes. So as I was saying, the first person eats whatever they fucking get fed, but then they shit into that person's mouth, and that person shits the shit into that other person's mouth, and then it shits the shit of the shit into the next person's mouth, and then eventually the shit of the shit is shitted out by the shitter at the end of the shit line onto the floor. Mm-hmm. In case I haven't gotten inappropriate enough for you fuckers, I just wanted to make sure we got there quick. I like to leave a good impression on you listeners, Frank. So, body horror, huh?
Yep, body horror.
So that's my idea of body horror. What's yours? What's your list consist of?
So if you have a liberal girlfriend that won't shut up about the environment, or if you have a boyfriend,
don't make this political. This is Halloween.
Or if you have a boyfriend that you're trying to get to turn vegan, there is a movie on Netflix called The Green Inferno.
Are these going to be such obscure movies that nobody's going to know what the hell you're talking about?
Green Inferno, you just said Hostel. It's the same fucking director / producer.
All right.
And then, speaking of fucking werewolves and shit, I got American Werewolf in London on HBO Max.
How do you like that one? Is that the one that was really highly appraised for the transformation sequence?
Yes.
Or was that
because there's one that's American Werewolf in London. There's one I think is in Paris. Yeah. So,
I don't know which one came first or which one made a bigger splash,
London.
But I mean, I know the scene. Obviously, you see it every Halloween, especially back when MTV was still all the fucking rage, and you had those listicle type fucking episodes on TV too. I'm sure they still are, but I haven't fucking watched regular television in fucking
ages.
Like at least a dog's age.
Yeah, me too. It's all because of the fucking streaming services. And
all right, so what's so great about this? What movie? What's the
American Werewolf in London and The Green Inferno.
Oh, The Green Inferno. What is that even about? It's a Hostel-like movie?
Well, it's from the same producer / director, but what it is it's a fucking group of college kids that go and try and save the fucking Amazon, and then life happens, right? And then life happens, and they end up being prisoners of an Amazonian tribe that just so happens
you
to
go worry about your own goddamn community, you sons of bitches.
Yeah,
some people don't need you. They don't, just because they look like they don't need your help. That they look like they need your help doesn't mean that they do. Fuck you! Don't look at me like,
so
come on, you can do it.
So then the fucking no, I'm waiting for you to finish so I can finish mine. That the tribe just so happens to be cannibals.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Good description. So, man, I turned everything off but my watch.
Oh, because your wife,
dude. So in order of this Halloween episode, my wife's out there looking for overalls for my son.
Oh,
she can't find them at Walmart, at thrift stores, anywhere. It's like, I wonder if they sell them at the John Deere tractor supply store.
Probably. Anyways, so then
Halloween problems, bro. All right, so what's some other body horror that you got?
And then I got The Ruins, also on HBO Max. That came out back in 2008.
Sounds familiar.
It's these kids that take a trip to fucking Mexico, and then they stumble on these ruins. And again, there's a Native American tribe.
Okay, so how is that body horror?
Because of
your description.
Because of what happens to them. There's stuff that gets under their skin, like inside their body.
It's all about the torture scenes.
Yeah,
they're torturing the body. So you're talking about torture porn. That was the term I was looking for earlier.
Yeah,
torture porn. So body horror is torture porn, is what you're saying.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
We haven't named one movie that wasn't like that.
Yeah. And then I got last on this category.
American Werewolf in London. You're just wrong on that. That's a creature feature. There's a big
but
difference.
it's also body horror because of the transformation.
You can't overlap though, because he is literally one of the most iconic, iconic horror film franchises. A werewolf.
Yeah, the werewolf is a classic fucking creature.
Lycanthropes are like everything a creature feature has ever been.
Yeah, which I'm fucking disappointed on NBC, and I'm like, well, I can't be completely disappointed because it's Universal.
Oh, dude, do you remember Teen Wolf on CW?
Yes.
On the CW. Though, the TV show. It was like back when I was like the perfect age for CW
I remember it came out, but
it was fucking good. I loved it, man.
I remember the movie.
Yeah, it was so stupid. Sorry, that's a fucking stupid tangent on that one. It was a terrible show. There's a fucking also most CW shows are. The 100's pretty good though, but I digress.
And then the last one here is from Prime Video. I got Afflicted, which is a bromance type movie. There's these two guys that fucking end up traveling the world, and then something happens. The guy becomes a vampire. One of the guys becomes a vampire, and
another creature feature.
Yeah. But then again, the fucking transformation and everything. And then for our lady listeners, I got romantic horror. Like, I looked it up on Google. I'm like, is that even a thing?
Romantic horror?
Yeah,
of course.
And then the first thing that came out was fucking Warm Bodies, and I'm like,
Warm Bodies, I guess. There's what is it? Beth? My girlfriend Beth, or my girlfriend's dead. I don't fucking know. Aubrey Plaza, I think, plays a zombie, and the boyfriend's still trying to live life with her. Anyway, Santa Clarita Diet, another zombie film.
I think that's a series.
Show, the series.
Because Netflix has a lot of fucking series, and
I was a huge Drew Barrymore fan. That show made me very sad to be a Drew Barrymore fan. Just aesthetically, I'm not body shaming at all. It's just what life does to us, man. I'm gonna get there someday too.
Yeah.
But man, it put into perspective how long I've been watching fucking TV. I am old, Frank. We will all get there.
Apparently 30 is still young.
I don't understand. You're a little older than me, but you've got no grays. I've got at least 2 of them, and I name one my wife and one my son.
Well,
they're just growing out my beard though, none of my hair.
Yeah,
in my head. All right. Well, what's your next category?
So then, romantic horror.
Yeah. Just throw this list out, and then we'll hit them one by one.
Okay. So I got on Hulu the 2008 European movie "Let the Right One In," and then for Netflix I got 2. One called #Alive, which is a Korean zombie movie, and
I haven't seen that one.
And What Keeps You Alive. And then I have on Amazon Prime one that overlaps a few fucking categories. It's mostly a Western, but because of the fucking mutilation and shit, I put in Bone Tomahawk.
All right, yeah. I don't see the correlation between any of these, but I've also never seen any of these. What fucking obscure ass movies you found?
then let the right one in.
Now this one I've heard of. This is a vampire flick, right?
Yes.
All right, and it's about kids, right? Two kids interacting with each other.
Yeah, there's a European version and an American version.
Yeah, I remember when the European version came out, it was fucking balls to the walls. And then the American version came out, and it was good, but I was like, this isn't the same movie that I saw.
Yeah.
But is it? And then somebody finally told me, no, there's a European one. And like, I fucking knew it. I knew I saw a different movie. All right, so what's the difference between the two? Do you know?
That one sucks and the other one is such a tender fucking story. I was like, oh, I like this fucking movie.
What made one suck? Which one suck? God damn it, I swore I turned that off. Okay.
Yeah, the American one is the one that fucking sucked.
Why?
Because, god damn it, you always bring the fucking honesty out of me. Because I found out that there's an American version, and I'm like, it probably sucks because all the American remakes always suck. So then I fucking ignored it.
I disagree with that.
Yeah,
The Office, for instance.
Well,
see, can't say always. There's always exceptions.
I'm not into The Office, so I can't give my opinion on
What's
that.
funny is I'm not into the British Office. I just don't like.
I've never seen
I don't
either.
like the actors.
Oh, you don't like Ricky Gervais? He's fucking hilarious. I love him.
I like him as a stand-up.
Yeah.
I don't need him as an actor.
No, okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just don't need him as an actor. There's better comedic players out there, in my opinion. But anyway, I digress once again.
yeah.
So the remake, why was Let the Right One In better in the Euro version?
It's a fucking.
What's the difference?
Well, they allow the movie to go dark when it's European, and there were some.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It got more sentiment, but you just said one was beautiful.
Yeah,
and you
that-
made
the
that sound like it
European
was
one
a European
because-
version.
yeah,
because
because-
it was dark. Because it didn't end.
No, because of the tender story of a fucking child meeting
Don't
his
give
first
it. Okay, yeah. Well,
Meetings-
you could say that much.
meeting
Yeah.
his first love. So.
Yeah, but they both did that. To be fair, just not to. That was the ending very different. I imagine the ending would be quite different from your descriptor.
Yeah, I imagine it would too. Because I'm drawing blanks right now.
All right, well, moving on then.
Yeah, so then,
Interesting. That's definitely one to check out. But
Yeah.
how does that relate to like something like Tomahawk? That's on the bot. I know that's the last one, but the name
Oh, yeah.
stuck out to me. What the hell's that
Bone
one about?
Tomahawk is a western.
Tomahawk.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the Western one. That's why. Yeah, what
Yeah.
the hell's that? That sounds interesting.
it's
Horror Western.
cowboys and Indians, right? And
You don't say.
go figure, right? So then one of the cowboys, his wife goes missing, and it turns out it was a tribe of Indians that kidnapped his wife.
Oh.
And these Indians also just so happen to be cannibals.
Yeah, they're always cannibals. It's so racist. It's so racist. You know how rare it was to be a cannibal? Do you know why Native Americans were known to be cannibals?
Why?
9 times out of 10, it's not like they were killing people and roasting their arms or legs over an open fucking fire. What they were doing was they would go to war with each other. And when they were at war, they believed that an honorable death was
to eat the heart.
a way to respect the person you've killed is to you eat a piece of them or specifically their heart, and you absorb their soul and their power. So it was a sign of respect to the people they slew, and it was also a way for them to. It was their reason for cannibalism. What they didn't understand was when the white man would go and fucking kill all these Native Americans, and they wouldn't eat the heart because they're like, well, what? All that strength, all that power, you're
going
just
to waste.
You're putting it to waste. It was sacrilegious to them to not eat the heart. And it's not like, again, they weren't eating the whole goddamn thing. If it was your first kill, maybe. But normally it was just you cut it out, you take a bite,
yeah.
you thank the soul, and you move on. Just the same way that they would do with the deer carcass. You eat the liver raw or the heart raw because that organ meat is full of dense nutrients that actually gets broken away if you put it in a fire. So it's more common to eat liver raw and heart raw. And that's where they drew the power from. Sorry to go all dark, but I mean, fuck you. It's Halloween season. There's some
We're being
darkness for you.
festive.
Yeah, we're being festive. Talking about cannibalism here.
Yeah, and then #Alive is a Korean movie on Netflix.
I've heard of this one too, but I can't put my finger on
I got sold on it because the way it was sold to me was that it was gonna be like World War Z, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, with the zombies.
That wasn't a bad movie, I guess. The speed at which that, yeah.
Yeah,
they
the
say,
transformation and everything.
I saw there was a meme like, "Dear 2020, if you bring us zombies, please don't make them World War Z zombies." Give us a break. Can we at least have Walking Dead zombies?
Yeah. And so when I saw it, and I was like, man, this is mostly a fucking romance movie because it's a fucking guy stranded in the zombie apocalypse.
You always have to have the romantic,
to bring the fucking girlfriend into the fucking movie theater because these type of movies are mostly men that are interested in them.
I always appreciated the samurai, the rogue Ronin, the master
rogue samurai,
the rogue samurai movies where it's like I Am Legend, for instance, or the Book of Eli,
like 47 Ronin.
And the Book of Eli almost did it too. I actually never saw it. I never saw 47 Ronin.
You should see it. You should see it on fucking Blu-ray and on a fucking huge ass fucking curved TV.
Okay, all right. I'll see what I can do about that. You provide the TV. How about that? I'll buy the Blu-ray player. You son of a bitch.
No, because when I saw it, I'm like, this would be badass.
A specific way to say fuck you. I'm just saying.
Because when I saw it, I'm like, this movie would be so fucking badass at home with a fucking home theater fucking system and a big ass fucking TV. Like, this movie would make the big ass TV worth it.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's
well, let's move on to what. So you had a couple more movies.
Yeah, I had one more. What Keeps You Alive?
What's that?
It's more of a tragedy than a love story.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off on Alive, the Korean one?
No, that was it. #Alive. It's a fucking zombie movie where guy meets girl.
How was it? Good? 1 to 10. What would you rate that one? Because everything else you can kind of get a feel on, but this one I didn't get enough info from you. It's a zombie movie. There's only so much you can. I mean, unless it's done like Last Train to Busan.
Yeah.
Fucking perfectly executed movie. Like, there's like 5 lines in the whole goddamn thing.
Something like that.
Like, nobody talks in that whole movie. Everything is facial expression, reaction, and movement. Just constant fucking survival scenes. And it is so beyond the ideal fucking zombie flick for me. I can't believe, like, I want there to be, I want to see the same movie done as like a music video. Like, give me somebody's soundtrack that goes to like fucking zombie flick. Yeah, like, no, not even death. I mean, anything. It could be fucking pixies in the skies with fucking Lorelei diamonds. I don't fucking care. Like, the sweetest goddamn music. When acting that good is put on a screen and directed so fucking well. Dude, oh my god. Last Train to Busan, that is my number 1 fucking movie pick for this fucking year. I think I might have mentioned it last year too. So.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I mean, it's still there. I'm gonna rewatch it tonight.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna watch it. There's bits and pieces, and then what I've heard and what you've said. I'm like, maybe I should fucking watch it.
Yeah, watch it all the way through. It's fucking good.
Yeah,
it's good.
But yeah. So What Keeps You Alive is more of a tragedy. It's a movie.
Well, a tragedy in classic description is everybody fucking dies. Everybody. Is it a tragedy? Or is it a virginal fucking survivor?
I think what you're thinking is
Shakespearean
tragedy.
I said the classical description.
Yeah. So,
of it.
If I answer that, I'm gonna give the whole movie away.
Oh, so everybody dies. Great. I mean, you describe. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry for picking apart your words so fucking perfectly, but. You said it, but when you called it a tragedy, you gave it away.
Oh, I was saying tragedy because it's the story of.
Then you say it's tragic.
No, because it's the story of a married couple.
We're twinsies, Frank. I know the way you think.
It's the story of a married couple, and one of them is trying to kill the other one.
Great.
Yeah, it's a lesbian couple, so we can score some of those fucking woke points. Yeah.
What?
It's a movie about a lesbian couple.
But why are we getting woke points?
Because we mentioned that they're lesbians.
Why do you need a pat on the back for that? First off,
We don't.
I see no reason to differentiate whether they're a heterosexual, a gay couple, a
Right.
lesbian, or a gay
But
or male
Some
sex.
people would actually give it a watch because it's like if you click on it on Netflix, it'll say LGBTQ movie.
I just don't like that.
Yeah, it's like
I get
yeah.
it because for people growing up, I get it. I do get it. But just like BIPOC, I think I mentioned it in the last the term
week.
BIPOC, black, indigenous, or person of color.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, so blacks and indigenous people get their own designation, but
Everybody
Mexican
else.
Americans
Yeah.
don't, Italian Americans don't, Indian Americans, all these other, we're just people of color. It's like, well, we're all people of color, even white people. White is still a color in the crayon box. I've seen it. I've rarely ever fucking used it. Who the fuck ever uses the white? It's so you're coloring on white paper 9 times out of 10. Use the negative space. It's just a cleaner look. Just my art tips for the day. But anyway, wow, tangents. I love them.
Okay, so
Are we on the last category yet? Because I had a little game I wanted to play with you.
okay, so for Halloween, I suggest fucking Broken Contact. I'm just gonna speak
Broken
through these.
Condoms?
Broken Contact.
Dude, that is a horror film, Broken
It's actually
Condoms.
yeah, but it's a documentary. And From the Dark, which is a movie filmed in Texas, starring Laura Bailey, who voiced Black Widow these past 10 years.
Voiced Black Widow?
Yeah,
in
and
what?
the Avengers cartoons
Oh,
and
the cartoons.
video games.
Got it.
And of course, Alien on HBO Max and Night of the Living Dead on HBO Max. But yeah, From the Dark is on, and Broken Contact are on Amazon Prime.
Wait. What was the category again?
For Halloween.
No, the category.
Yeah, like fucking what I suggest to watch during Halloween after fucking trick or treating.
Oh,
If your county allows
how can you?
trick-or-treating.
I gotta jump in here and interject. My Army of Darkness. How is that not on there with Bruce Campbell?
Because it's camp. I'm like, that's for little kids.
Oh, I love camp, dude. I mean, so is Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah, Freddy vs. Jason was
Oh yeah,
pretty
Freddy
campy.
versus
It's more of a fucking stoner movie than a horror movie.
What else is real camp? Like Hubie Halloween or whatever.
Oh yeah, you told me to
Adam
throw that
Sandler
in there.
movie.
But I'm like,
No, I'll bring that one up because I like it because they're campy, kitschy kid like Goosebumps kind of shit. Man, you see those Goosebump remakes? Goosebumps was so much better when I was a kid, man. Maybe they weren't, and I'm just like,
yeah, because we were kids, it was fucking scary for us.
yeah, rose tinted glasses on the memory, but whatever. Army of Darkness is on my list every year. Every year.
An honorable mention, because I forgot to add this on the list, would be House of the Devil on Amazon Prime. It's a contemporary movie. It's from fucking nowadays, but it's an homage to 80s movies. The way it's filmed, it takes place in the 80s, but it's filmed where you're convinced that this is a movie from the 80s.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You know who did that? Pseudo did that was the Grindhouse movies with fucking Tarantino.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he did that kind of older style filming of it. Of course, he always throws in the record sound in the background, right? Like with every song, so it sounds a little more retro too. But yeah, throwback movies are fucking baller, dude.
Yeah. Okay. So the final category, fucking
List it out.
so we can move on. If you're a pervert like fucking Tony, then Shudder's got you covered with fucking.
I'm not allowed to be a pervert anymore, right, honey?
No.
Yeah, just in time she stopped me. I'm like, oh.
No, she's fine. She married me. She knows what she got herself
Okay.
into.
So yeah, Shudder has got you covered with.
We're going.
fucking
Well, just so you know, honey, we're talking about the titty flicks now.
titty movies.
The titty horror movies.
Yeah.
Horror movies. Hashtag it.
Yeah.
Our list for horror.
Yeah,
movies.
From the Dark is on Amazon Prime. That's the one I mentioned that was filmed in Texas.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's got
Okay.
some titties on there, and then
It's
Shudder.
got some titties on there. I love that. That's your only description. All these other
Because
ones.
that's the category.
What's the synopsis of the movie, though? We still want to know a little bit about why these are on the list. Or are you just picking them for the amount of titties in the movie? I feel so childish. Keep saying titties in the movie. Like,
no, it's
nudity.
It's low budget. The acting is decent. It's this from the darkness. There's a fucking dark fucking cloud, right? That appears on doorways and doors, and it fucking snatches people. And so yeah, like it's the acting is pretty decent. It's very low budget, and I swear I could have sworn the fucking opening credits of the movie was filmed in downtown Stephenville, because I'm like, oh my god, it's Stephenville. And then
was it?
I don't know, because I googled it and Google wouldn't tell me. It would just tell me that it was filmed in Texas, and I'm like, well, fuck. So yeah, it's these college kids that get together for a fucking party and
I feel so bad. We're doing our horror movie episode, and I can't think of Christina Rev, who we follow on Instagram. Yeah, she's been in a horror movie or two. I think Roz Monster's been in one as well. Do you happen to know the names?
It was
of
a
these?
Local movie too. Something about elves.
I mean they're low, but obviously indie films. But you got to get your reel together. No? I'll tell you,
my mind.
That's cool. I'm happy I thought of it, though. That way we can look that up in between episodes and get that shouted out on the next one. Honorable mentions on the next episode.
Yeah.
But, all right. Well, okay.
And then Shudder have these movies sectioned off with, there's two sections you should check out if you're into the titty movies. There's the Giallo section. Giallo is Italian for yellow, and it's, fucking Italian movies. And they're usually slasher movies, but they show the goods. And All Hail Argento, which is an Italian director, and his horror movies are fucking slasher movies that show the goods. So yeah,
show the goods. Yeah, I mean the only horror movie. I mean, if you want to see old school horror, like just low budget, fucking factory churned out movies, I mentioned them last year, and I'll mention them every fucking year. Mm-hmm. Is those old fuck, I knew I was gonna do this. I knew I was gonna forget it as I was saying.
I don't know, it sounds like Nightmare on Elm Street.
No. Those old the trauma films.
Yeah, that's the one you were fucking had mentioned.
I can't believe you didn't look any of those up, man. No, they're right up your alley.
Because you said you're like, oh yeah, I'll do trauma, and I'm like, okay, so.
No, well, I forgot. Because I had a whole other thing pop up that I wanted to do with
I should have reminded you, but no, you wanted to do something else. So I'm like, okay.
There's always shit. Shit. But for instance, you have the Toxic Avenger. If anybody remembers anything about the 80s,
and then they had cartoons too.
That was in 1984. They did a movie as recent as 1997 called Tromeo and Juliet. You had Video Vixens, Surf Nazis Must Die, Poultrygeist,
sounds like
possessed chickens.
Horror comedy.
They're absurdist. It's absurdist horror. So yeah, you get like a vat of toxic waste that gets spilled into the high school, and then you end up with fucking Duke Nukem High or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's exactly what it was. So Troma films, Troma. Look them up, guys. Okay, I mean, just for nostalgia's sake, don't let these fucking movies die. They're so fucking ridiculous. They're just try one. But anyway, is that it? Are we done? Did we get through our list? Congratulations. Yep. Did you think that was going to take as long as it fucking did?
No. I said it shouldn't take no longer than 20 minutes.
No, it took about 30.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted from you, Frank. Congratulations for the first time in over 100 episodes. You did not let me down. Congratulations. Now I want to play a little game with you.
Okay.
I didn't come up with a name for it, though. I'm sure there's one out there. But what I want to do is I want to give you some descriptions of some movies that may be horror-based, may not be. I want you to see if you can guess the movie that I'm
describing it.
So I'm gonna give you an easy one to start with.
Okay.
One that I think you'll get. It's let's just jump right in. So number 1. These characters live in a decrepit house with monsters and ghouls that abound. They're obsessed with murder and death, and will stop at nothing to stay entertained.
Scooby-Doo?
You want me to read it again?
No, I think that's what it is, Scooby-Doo.
It's not Scooby-Doo.
Okay.
It's the Addams Family.
See, that was my fucking
I should have given you a second guess, right? I jumped the gun on giving you the answer. So you see how this works, right?
Yeah. You're describing the movie to me the lamest way possible.
Yeah, so these sort of, yeah, okay, if you want to be an asshole about it. All right, so number 2, let's see, which one do I want to give you here? Okay, another pretty easy one. An evil being lives out on a mountaintop where he plots the death and destruction of the entire village he sits over. He devises a plan to encroach on the town and destroy and take all that he pleases from the unsuspecting townsfolk.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Good job. I told you that was going to be an easy one. As soon as I said townsfolk, at the very last word, I feel gave it away. But did you have it earlier? At what point did you have that one?
I think, yeah, because you're like, that lives on top of a mountain. I'm like, the hills have eyes? No. Some creature that lives in a cave. And I'm like, oh, the Grinch.
Was it a kid? No, well, yeah, in a mountain, in a cave, in a mountain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is another one here. Man, we're gonna go through I should have put more of these together. These are fun. All right. Oh, this one's a little harder. Maybe I should save them. Nah, fuck it. Okay, so a little girl discovers she has the powers to affect the things around her. She breaks into a woman's house and torments her by pretending to be her dead father and causes a mental break.
The Orphan?
Do you want? Yeah, again, I could read them twice so you can get see how much more information you absorb. Okay, a little girl discovers she has the powers to affect the things around her with her mind. I didn't say that. Oh, I fucked up. I didn't say with her mind.
Oh.
So a little girl discovers she has the powers to affect things around her with her mind. She breaks into a woman's house and torments her by pretending to be her dead father and causes a mental break.
I was leaning towards The Shining. I'm like, little girl, no. Little girl. This has to be an old ass movie. I don't know.
No? You give up?
Yeah.
It's the classic children's movie, Matilda.
Oh, fuck.
You remember the teacher, Miss
I never saw Matilda.
Constable or whatever her fuck was? You never saw Matilda? Nope. Oh, it's so good. Dude, so in this movie, this little girl has superpowers. She discovers it because her parents are so fucking verbally abusive to her that she just gets so angry she somehow makes the TV explode with her mind. Mm-hmm. And then subsequently she starts practicing and trying to focus, and she starts being able to move things, right? And she tries to help her teacher, but her teacher is the stepdaughter of the principal, who is a super abusive principal. She is so abusive. When she gets mad at the student, she takes him to her office and puts her in what she calls the chokey, which is an Iron Maiden. She's putting 11-year-old girls.
I just pictured Bill and Ted.
Yeah! In an Iron Maiden. For those of you who don't know what an Iron Maiden is, picture a large...
from the 80s.
It's a band from the 80s, yes. But what it is a large, like, sarcophagus-looking thing that was standing, that was surrounded with spikes on the inside. So you would open it up and have the person stand up and close this in on them, and oftentimes it would, if they were fatter, they would just die, right? Because they'd be stabbed. But otherwise, you'd have these people standing in there for hours, and eventually that's the torture, is losing your strength in your legs and slowly impaling yourself and collapsing into the spikes that are surrounding you. Fucking metal, bro. Fucking metal. Happy Halloween. Yeah, so that's Matilda. This children's movie. That was a good one, right?
Yeah.
I can see I stumped you there.
Yeah.
All right, so you're 1 for 3. All right, let's see if you can get this one. This one's not too bad. A little boy runs away from home. When he gets to a promised land with his friend of debauchery, smoking, fighting, and even maybe some implied light sodomy, and he finds his friends being turned into beasts of burden.
Is it Pinocchio?
It's Pinocchio, bro! Yes! Yes! What gave it away?
As soon as you said with his friend, I'm like,
oh my
Pinocchio.
God! I didn't have that written down. I almost left that out. And I was like, no, I've got to give him more, because he doesn't go by himself. He does. Like, I was gonna say like he runs away from home to this place where he finds his friends being turned in. I was hoping. Whatever. You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah.
That's the game. I try and stump you. I worded it the way you got it. That's great. Oh, this is so fun. All right, so Pinocchio, you're 2 for 4 now.
Yeah.
2 for 4?
Yeah, because it was 1 for
2
3.
for 3 before. Now
Yeah.
2 for 4. All right. Wait, no.
I'm waiting. Okay, take your time.
Okay. I think I only have one more.
Oh,
I only have one more.
we got time.
So, this one's fun. A serial killer. Excuse me. Sorry, reset. A serial killer openly and unabashedly murders dozens of characters in this film, filled with adultery, intoxication, and seduction. A framed, heartbroken character is wanted for the murder of his boss. In the end, he turns the tables and murders his would-be captor by dousing him with boiling acid.
You should have stopped.
I know, I gave a lot away.
Yeah.
I gave a lot away. But what is it?
Yeah, because I was like, it could be. It's one of two. It's either Who Framed Roger Rabbit or the fucking Brad Pitt movie.
The Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah, like something about color.
Yeah, well, it was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I didn't realize I wrote so much. I think I intended to erase some of that. Whatever, I fucked up the last 2, but it was still a fun game.
Yeah.
I thought I enjoyed it. How about, okay, I can make one up on the spot though.
Okay.
Let's see. This show is about...
Okay.
Oh, easy. This show's about a bunch of underage kids running around the city having sex and catching AIDS.
What?
Yeah. Bunch of underage kids running around the city having sex and catching AIDS.
I'm thinking of that Blink-182 music video.
Oh, I can't believe this is stumping you.
Like, what's my age again? Oh, the fucking 70s movie about the cat.
About the what?
Yeah, the cartoon cat.
No, what
No?
the fuck are you talking about? Wow, I didn't think you'd be that far off. I pretty much gave it away. I told you the whole like plot of the movie. Okay, so what did I say it was? It was a bunch of underage kids
Yeah.
running around the city having sex with each other, catching AIDS. It's the movie Kids.
Never seen that movie.
Well, you can't have seen everything, can you? I haven't seen like 90% of the movies that you came up with on that list.
Yeah, but that wasn't the game. No.
Well, what'd you think, Frank?
I got one. I got one that
Ooh.
fucking I saw from a fucking meme. That's like I had the description. Fucking
Harmony Korine, by the way, is the name of the kid who he wrote that movie Kids. He wrote that movie at the age of like 18. So he was on David Letterman by the age of 19. And he is... You need to watch the interviews of this guy talking to David Letterman.
Okay.
He is, because he's the epitome of like ADHD or even like a little spectrum-y even maybe. And you can tell like if it happened now, there'd be some like sympathy towards him. But back then the audience is just laughing at him like so unabashedly. Like it's so strange. But yeah, that, what was his name again? Harmony Korine, Korine.
Cool. So I got one for you that I got from a meme. That's where I got the description. Describe a movie the lamest way possible. Man goes to pick up his wife from an office Christmas party. Eventually succeeds.
Bruce Willis, Die Hard?
Yes.
Whoa! I never would have got that if you didn't make me watch it last year. That's awesome. Good job. Woo! I got it. You ain't stumping me with the only one you got. All right, man. Well, shit. This was a fun episode.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you had more than you thought you had.
Yeah.
I knew we'd be all right. I believe in you sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. A lot like God. I'm sorry. I couldn't let it go. All right, so this has been the Completely Inappropriate Podcast, everybody. Remember, you can find us at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com with any comments, questions, concerns, or love you want to share for us or any of your fucking favorite Halloween bullshit. Talk to us. Let us know. Let us know how we're doing. If you're watching on YouTube, what do you think of our new little camera setup here? A little shenaniganry that we're trying to put on for you. Frank, any last words of wisdom, or not words of wisdom? That's the sign off, right? But what are we doing here? What do you want to say? Anything else?
Fuck the government and happy Halloween.
Why is it always? We were almost non-political. Almost non-political the whole time. Fuck you. Take it easy, everybody. Frank, what do we tell the people?
Be excellent to each other.
And find your happy. Try to be better today than you were yesterday. Love you. Take it easy.
Peace.
Say bye, Frank.
Bye, Frank.